Hi, I'm Victoria Fisher. I'm an associate clinician here at the Well of Life Center in Bethlehem. I have actually been a client of the Well of Life Center since August of 2009. I originally came to the Well for chronic migraines that I had suffered with since I was 12 years old. I was on supposedly preventative medication for them, and I was also on what's called abortive medication to take when I had migraines, which by the time I got here, I was having full-blown migraines 3 times a week. I also suffered from some chronic fatigue symptoms where I would sleep long hours during the day and night, and I wouldn't feel rested. I would feel worse actually after sleeping. If I didn't have a migraine, I had a headache every day, some kind of dull ache in my head, behind my eyes, all day, every day, and then migraines were becoming more and more frequent. I also had some hormonal issues. After having my daughter, I didn't lose weight. I gained quite a bit of weight with the pregnancy and couldn't lose it. So I was under the care of physicians. I was seeing a neurologist who had me entered into an experimental study to check the effectiveness of 2 well-known medications put together. And by the time I reached phase 3 of the experimental study, where I was already established on the first medication and they were going to add the second medication or the placebo, that's when I decided to come to the Well of Life Center. By background, I'm a registered nurse. I worked in surgical trauma and intensive care for 3.5 years prior to coming to the Well, and didn't get any relief from the doctors that I was seeing, and I was just wholeheartedly in the medical field. I lived and breathed medicine, and that's all I knew. So coming to the Well was a huge challenge for me. It was something that I was not willing to do at first. I had heard about the Well through my mother, who heard about the Well through her brother, my uncle. He had been a Well client through hearing about the Well from somebody at his church. So it was kind of that whisper down the lane almost. Everybody told somebody else. So my mother started coming to the Well of Life Center shortly before I did, and she knew from the moment that she walked in that door that I would be working there. Not just a client there, but I would actually be working at the Well of Life Center. And when she told me that, I laughed. I said there's no way I would ever be a client, let alone work there. But just shortly after she became a client, I saw the changes in her and I saw how excited she was, and I was so tired of feeling miserable every single day and being in pain every day. So I decided to give it a try. So when I came to my first appointment, it was foreign to me. It was something completely out of my box, and I had no idea how to even process what I was going through on that visit. But I kept coming, and I kept actually sticking with diet and taking my supplements and drinking more water. And within 3 months of being a client at the Well of Life Center, I was off of my migraine medication, and I was almost migraine free within just a 3-month period of time. I lost weight very quickly. My energy was getting better. I was sleeping better. I just felt better overall in just a really short period of time, and seeing this amazing transformation that was going on in my body, I shortly thereafter brought my daughter. So in November of 2009, my daughter started coming as well, and my mother continued as clients. By March of 2010, Cynthia approached me and asked if I would be willing to come alongside of her and become a clinician at the Well. Her vision was to have a nurse as a clinician as well. So when she approached me about that, I told her I would pray about it, but I knew right away that my answer would be yes. But I definitely wanted to be sure that it was the right timing. So by April of 2010, I started working part-time at the hospital that I had been working at, and I was working part-time here at the Well of Life Center. So for 10 months, I was working in both the natural world and the allopathic world, and it was a very difficult time for me to see and experience the changes that I did as a client and a clinician, but then go into the medical field and still administer drugs and give people unhealthy foods and just see the deterioration that happened medically with clients. So by the grace of God, in 2011, we opened the Doylestown Well of Life Center, and it was time for me to leave the hospital. So I was able to come full-time at the Well of Life Center in January of 2011. And it's been an awesome journey ever since. I'm continuing to heal. My daughter's continuing to heal. My mother's continuing to heal. My father's now a client. My sister, it's been such a journey through my family. And also, it's such an honor to be part of something that's so incredibly big and so just groundbreaking and changing, life-changing. to just be a part of that is a blessing to me. So the changes that I've seen in my clients, the changes that I have seen in myself and my family, just give me proof every single day that I'm in the right place, that this is where I need to be and this is where God has called me to be. So I'm so incredibly grateful for that, and thankful that I have the opportunity to share in the healing journey with so many people, and it's just been a great honor.